Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you how I do my Botox / Dysport. I'm also going to be doing nose Botox, which is new to me, as well as chin filler. So stay tuned till the end to see my before and afters. So I start by cleaning the areas that are going to be injected. I'm using Dysport today. I'm doing 5 in my procerus, so I get a strong frown and a fold. It's really awkward injecting your own face. You have to come at things at a certain angle. But here we go again, frown and another poke. So that was another 5 units and another 5 on this side. Frown and a poke. Perfect. So that's a total of 15 here. Put gentle pressure to stop any bleeding. And then I'm gonna do 2 and 2 on my tails. So that's it for the frown. It's a total of 19 in the frown muscles. Now we're gonna move on to the forehead. And I'm just doing 6 units in the forehead. The forehead muscle is flat and doesn't typically require very much in order to get maximum effect. So with the forehead, I always mark so that I get everything nice and even. We're just doing 6 units. You want to make sure that your forehead injections aren't too low because you don't want to create a brow drop. So I know myself, I know that I can handle the injections that low. My forehead is quite short, so if it's your first time injecting someone who has a forehead this short, you probably want to stay a little bit higher or dose accordingly. Don't dose too high. I wouldn't do like 10 units in a forehead like mine. That would probably create a drop. Again, gentle pressure to stop the bleeding for a couple seconds. There we go. So that's our frown and our forehead. Done. So for my nose today, I'm going to be doing my bunnies, of course, but I'm also going to do some extra stuff to try and kind of lift the tip of my nose and tuck my nostrils a little bit in. And I'm also going to be doing injections here to kind of try and flatten a little bit. It's gonna be very, very, very subtle, but it's gonna give a nice change. It's also gonna help with the sebaceous glands on the nose. So it's gonna help kind of suppress the overproduction of oil. Especially now around the summer, my nose tends to get a little bit oily. So I'm gonna be doing superficial injections to kind of reduce that oil production, and you can get actually up to an 85% reduction in oil production, which is really nice. So I'm gonna start by injecting my bunnies. As you can see, my bunnies are quite active. So the bunnies refer to these lines here. And with expression, my nose tends to flare outwards quite a bit. So with Botox, you're not gonna get a drastic change like I said, but the goal is to minimize the flaring, especially with expression. When I talk, when I laugh especially, my nose just flares all sorts of ways. So we're just gonna try and combat that a little bit. So for my bunnies, I'm gonna do 4 here, 4 here, and 2 units in here. I'm gonna mark this with a pencil here. I'm gonna wipe all the makeup off. We're just gonna mark. You can see right away where the pores kind of open up, and that's the area we're trying to target. We're gonna do 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit. 1 unit can be hard to see on a syringe if you're injecting yourself, so I'm just going to be doing each poke with 1 syringe, but obviously if you're injecting someone else, you don't need to do that. The injections are superficial. This blanching is good. That means you're in the right dermal layer. The next thing we're going to inject is right in here to stop this scrunching up going on. We're going a little bit deeper with this one. This one is not dermal. And then last one for the nose is just right at the tip here, so that when you smile and laugh, the nose doesn't turn downwards. Again, very subtle change, but it helps. And that is it for our nose. So this is what I usually do for my face based on my assessment. I'm still young, I don't need to do too much, but this is what I like to do for now. And we'll check back in once it starts kicking in, and I'm gonna show you the progress day by day, and we'll see how that goes. So here I am right after the injections. Here's my frown, here's my brows all the way up, here's my nose scrunched up. Here I am day 3 after the injections. Here's my frown. The frown's already started to kick in. So here I am day 4, frown, brows all the way up, kicking in pretty quickly. So it's now day 5 after injections, and here's my frown, here's my forehead, here's my nose scrunched up. So I definitely noticed a huge difference with my nose today. First of all, yesterday I was not getting oily up here like I normally would, especially when wearing makeup. I did notice though on the sides, maybe I need to touch up a little bit because I was still getting oily here. Also when I'm talking and with facial expression, I'm not flaring my nose this way, which I typically do. So it's looking a little bit more petite and I'm really liking it. Here I am 1 week after doing my injections. Here's my frown, here's my forehead, here's my nose. I've really been enjoying the nose. And yes, this is day 1 of the new hair color. Okay, so I'm also gonna be getting some chin filler. I'm not gonna be injecting it myself just because I'm too nervous, but my friend's gonna be doing it for me. So we're just doing a full syringe of Revenus contour. She's injecting half a syringe on one side and half syringe on the other. I feel like the chin is one of those overlooked areas, but if your side profile is a little bit off, if you're trying to elongate your face, then chin filler is something you should consider. It really does add to the snatching of the jawline, and for me, my side profile just wasn't balanced, so we just added a syringe there. Okay, so this is going to be my last update. Here's my frown, my forehead, my nose. It's now been 10 days since the Botox injections. Dysport, I did Dysport actually. And here's my chin. I got it done yesterday. I don't expect it to look any different. It's not very swollen, just a little bit firm to the touch, but that's normal. Yesterday it was quite tender. Today it is tender to the touch, but otherwise it's gonna settle beautifully, I can tell. It's now been 12 days since my toxin and about 4 days since my chin filler, and I'm really loving my results. Everything's settled beautifully. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.